The practical value of artificial intelligence and LLMs comes through agentic AI workflows. AI agentic workflows refers to a workflow or process in which artificial intelligent agents autonomously perform tasks, make decisions, and interact with other systems or users, often without constant human intervention. This type of workflow typically involves AI systems that can perceive their environment, reason about information, and act upon it to achieve specific goals or outcomes. AI agentic workflows are designed to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and enable adaptive and intelligent behavior in various domains such as manufacturing, healthcare, finance, and much, much more. Now, all of this AI agentic workflow revolves around one concept, which is the tool use in large language models. Tool use in which LLM is given functions, it then requests to call for gathering information, takes action, or manipulate data is a key design pattern of any AI agentic workflow. We all know that LLMs can chat with us, they can accept instructions and then return the response back. But there is much more to it, and that is where I believe that in the future, the real value, the real practical uh, implementation of all this generative AI will be. LLM based systems will be able to perform web searches, execute code. Also, they would be able to do the work which humans are doing, not only the repetitive one, but also the creative and innovative one in a complex orchestration. For example, if you prompt an online LLM based chat system, such as what is the best utility for my electricity, utility provider for my electricity, and you also ask it to go through the reviews countrywide and then give you the recommendation. Then this LLM based application would or might decide to use web search to gain context. Now, what it does is that relying only on transformers or the models to generate output token is limiting. And if it doesn't have access to reviews, or it doesn't have access to any external data, even with or without RAG, the potential of LLM is limited. So what it needs is it needs some sort of tool used, so that tool could be web search, that tool could be database, or tool could be any API based application where LLM would go, get the required information, then collate all the information and then give you the result back. So giving an LLM a web search tool or any other tool lets it do much, much more. With such a tool, an LLM is either fine-tuned or prompted, perhaps with few short prompting to generate a special string. For example, like tool web search, query, um, electricity provider reviews, something like that, to request calling a search engine. If you look at your screen, this is one very high level generic workflow of how agent AI agentic workflow works. So a user issues a prompt such as give me the best electricity provider in my area on the basis of prompt. LLM, that prompt is received by LLM, then LLM just triggers a tool. So one tool could be to go and check out which electricity providers are there, and then the other tool would be doing web search, the other tool would be going to a database, and then it will go and talk to different providers, check the reviews, then it will do its intelligence and pick out the best reviews, and then it on negative reviews, it will do the comparison of all the electricity providers, and then it will give you the result back. Now, uh, LLM could be running some Python functions, or it could be making some API calls. It could be browsing through the website of utility providers or the third party reviewers, clicking, scrolling, and then it could be also extracting data from the databases. And behind the scene, it could be calling with any other system. So, if you look at it, what is happening here is that we are primarily integrating this generative AI or large language models to our existing systems. In any corporate, in any company, at the moment, you have various applications running which are backed by databases. That database could be any database. It could be legacy DB2, or it could be Oracle SQL Server, or it could be NoSQL databases, Cassandra, or any maybe DynamoDB in AWS. It could be cloud hosted, it could be on-prem. And then you might have some serverless application backed by API gateways, load balancers, or you could have some virtual machine based applications, or you could have on-prem applications, and you could have some thick client applications, or you could have web-based applications. So what is happening here is that you don't have to change anything there. All you need to do is to expose them, and then LLM would create some use some functions, or in other words tools, to interact with your application. That is the whole idea behind it. The tool use is primarily enabling you to integrate these artificial intelligence or large language models to your own application. And then there could be a lot of pre-processing or post-processing steps. For example, once an LLM makes a web search with the tool or the function, a post-processing step then looks for a string, like utility providers calls the web search function with the relevant parameter when it finds one, and passes the result back to the LLM as additional input context. It could be a real-time RAG or retrieval augmented generation. For example, another option could be, if you ask the LLM, if I invest $500 at compound interest rate of like 10% for 10 years, what do I have at the end? Now, LLM doesn't know about the future, so what LLM might do, it might use JavaScript code, Node.js, React, Python, or any code to compute the generic interest, and then it could just go into various investors' websites or maybe stock exchanges, pull out different investment strategies. It could go to the index funds, it could go to some value investors' website, maybe, and go through their YouTubes or podcast or whatever, and then get the information and then give you an intelligent, informed answer. But the thing is that this doesn't even stop here. The tool usage goes much further. Already, developers are using functions to perform search like web, Wikipedia, archive, and they are interfacing with productivity tools, as I mentioned, like email, calendar, um, um, SharePoint, Confluence, Jira, you just name it. And then developers are also creating applications which are multimodal. They are generating images, they are interpreting images, they are going through videos, they are combining all these modalities. So we can prompt an LLM using context that gives detailed description of many functions plus information about their arguments, and we'd expect the LLM to automatically choose the right function to call to do a job. So we already have a lot of widespread multimodal models like Lava, GPT-4, Gemini, and the list goes on and on and on. So you can use any one of them. You have to be wary of the cost though, because all of these things are making API calls here and there, and there will be, a flurry of API calls here. So make sure that you are aware of the cost and you do the proper cost analysis, because AI is not cheap. And I did a video on exactly that use case just yesterday. So if you're interested, have a look there. But the thing is that um, tool use is not going anywhere. I think this is where the AI is proceeding and leading, and this will be the future where LLMs will be integrated to our existing applications and data stores with the help of functions or tools. And whether they're third party LLMs like OpenAI's Anthropics, or even Amazon Bedrock or something like that, API based, or if they are locally privately installed on your local systems. Tools are not going anywhere. If you want to integrate your LLMs with these, you need tool use. So that's it, guys. I hope that I was able to describe what exactly is tool use in large language models. If you still have any questions or doubts, please post them in the comments and I'll try to answer. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.